Russ Beck at Seven Mountains Media. A couple weeks ago, I found an article about the GoBabyGo program at St. Francis University, and I had to find out more. And I got Justin to tell us all about it. Brother Marius Strom, engineering professor at St. Francis University, Julie Nagle, assistant professor of occupational therapy, and Cassandra Movinskty, assistant professor of physical therapy, to tell us all about it. Guys, thank you for calling in.
Sure, thank you for having us.
So tell the people about GoBabyGo.
So GoBabyGo, it's a pediatric mobility and sociability program. This past fall, the three disciplines here, OT, PT, and engineering, we decided to bring it back to campus and make an interdisciplinary, community-engaged learning experience for our students that also obviously benefits our community members, particularly the kiddos. So we started this program up in the fall, worked on some marketing and raising donations, and this semester we hit the ground running with implementing this program, starting with evaluating the kiddos early on in the semester with occupational and physical therapy students, and then now engineering students have taken the ball and are running with it in regards to adapting these vehicles for the kiddos.
So now this program, because this is a national program, it actually started in Delaware. Whose idea was it to bring it to St. Francis?
So it was a program here prior to COVID with the former physical therapy department. And when I started after COVID, we decided that we wanted to bring it back.
Is it a class, a club? How do you get the kids together?
So it's a class for engineering and it's a class for occupational therapy. And for PT, it's part of a class.
So this is where the interdisciplinary aspect comes into play. We've all worked it into our curriculum in some manner, but it is faculty-led with extreme student participation, obviously. But it is 3 different courses that it is worked into within each of our disciplines.
Can you talk a little bit about what the role of each of those programs is in completing the task?
Absolutely. So the engineering students are kind of on the back end of this. We're trying to figure out how to satisfy the kids' needs. That's part of our engineering design for service class. This specifically is a group of juniors who are trying to take the kiddo who needs and put that into a physical reality, whatever that looks like, be it a joystick instead of a steering wheel, a different kind of seat fastened into one of these Power Wheels-esque cars that we're using as the basis for this assistive mobility device, whatever that might look like. What our engineering students are basing those designs on are the evaluations done by our PT and OT students and faculty who look at each kid, what they physically and medically need, but also what would help to bring them life using this car, and to try to bring that all together.
So the occupational therapy and the physical therapy people say to the engineering people, we think something like this might help. Can you find a way to create it?
Yes. We take a look. We had the kiddos and their caregivers here on campus at the beginning of the semester, like I mentioned, and OT and PT evaluated the child. And the things that we look at, we look at obviously their physical limitations and abilities, but also their cognitive abilities, and most importantly, how can we devise this chair, what adaptations or modifications that will help them with their primary occupation, which is play. How can we make this suit each kiddo? And each of these vehicles are going to look different based on the kiddo's needs.
How do you decide who gets the completed project?
So we had a referral process this year, and all we did was send out the information to all of the local early intervention providers in the surrounding counties. So I think I ended up sending it to 9 counties surrounding us, and then it was a self-referral. Parents could send them to us, clinicians could send them to us, doctors could send them to us, and we got a handful of them. A couple of them we referred to programs that were closer to them, and then we accepted the 6, and it's kind of based on need and the resources that we have at the time. So this was our first time through, and we had the resources for 6 cars, enough students to do the 6 different builds. So we were kind of limited just by not only our monetary resources, but our student resources as well.
Joe, and speaking as from monetary, you do accept donations from the community to help this program.
Yes, we do. We do accept donations. They can be mailed to St. Francis and just attention GoBabyGo, and they will get to the right person. P.O. Box 600, Loretto, Pennsylvania.
15940.
And do you guys have a website, social media, like so people can find out more about this program?
Social media, we have on Facebook and Instagram, SFU GoBabyGo.
It's also linked to the Occupational website, the St. Francis website, and you can get to it from there as well. And we post our information for donating is on there, along with updates on our kiddos, and our car bills will all be put on there as we complete them. So the kiddos will come back in April for kind of a fit check. So the engineering students have about 6 to 8 weeks to do their builds, and then the kiddos come back and they get to see their cars. And then once we make sure all the modifications are done, everybody's going to come back in May for a pickup party.
Well, I'm sure that'll be quite an incredible event to be a part of.
Yes, I think it's going to be fun. We're going to do some games for the kids and get them to, I think they're actually going to play t-ball with their cars.
Wow.
All of our students, especially the engineers who weren't able to be present for the evaluations, are really looking forward to it too, just to be able to see the kids using what they've made.
I mean, not only they've gone through the process of creating this thing for a child that needs it, but that they get to be a part of seeing it in action. That's got to be an amazing just feeling for the students of St. Francis.
Absolutely, yes. And this has been a wonderful interdisciplinary experience for them, as well as, like you said, just amazing seeing these kiddos and their families. And it will be even more amazing whenever we get to see them in their vehicles. Just so very rewarding. And the students really have benefited. There couldn't be a better hands-on learning experience, not just from the physical evaluation part, but in learning how to work with families and kiddos, and then not to mention working with other disciplines, because that's something that they're all going to have to do whenever they leave here and graduate and get jobs in the field. So it's really been an awesome and really rich learning experience for them.
Well, I've been looking forward to talking to you guys for a couple weeks now, because when I first saw the article about this program, it was just such a cool thing to do, and there's so many people doing so many amazing things in our area, and I thank you guys so much for taking time to talk to us and telling us more about GoBabyGo. It's really an amazing program.
Thank you so much. We appreciate your time as well.